Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video, and for this one it is the Commodore 64 conversion of the arcade coin-op game Terra Cresta. This conversion was published by Amiga in 1986, as this far from impressive title page tells you. That's a pretty good way of summing up what I think actually this title page. I mean, I don't think they could have put less effort into it if they'd actively tried. There's no graphics here at all. So anyway, programmed by David Collier, graphics by Stephen Wahid, and sound by Martin Galway. This piece of music is one that I hear quite a few people raving about. I'm fucked if I know why. I think it really does sound like Martin Galway's doing it by numbers. You get the impression that he just wasn't interested. In fact, I've got that impression with quite a few pieces that Galway did later on in his sort of time with Ocean and Imagine, and that might be one of the reasons why he left. I couldn't remember who the hell it was that he went to after he left Ocean, and as so often is the case, it was the reviewer Ganstein who provided the answer to that mystery. In fact, he was one of the founding members of Sensible Software. Anyway, let's get a fucking game underway. So this is a shoot 'em up in every sense of the term. You shoot everything that moves and quite a number of things that don't. If you are a regular viewer of my videos, you will have seen a review that I did a while back of the game Hybris for the Amiga, and as I sort of indicated during my review of I can't remember what fucking game it was. Wizard of War, that's right. I'd forgotten all about Terra Cresta, and consequently when I did my review of Hybris, I never mentioned Terra Cresta once, despite the fact that Hybris is as shameless a copy of this as it's possible to get. However, I am a big fan of Hybris. I really rate it, but I don't rate this. I don't know why. It just doesn't grab me like Hybris does. Trying to think of reasons. One of the reasons could be that there doesn't seem to be very many restart points, and because I haven't played this game in over 30 years, I am constantly being sent back to the very start of the fucking level every time I lose a life. So it's game over and I got fuck all nowhere. Believe me, if you want to see this game being played well, you do not want to watch this video. It's been 30 years, maybe even more than that, since I last played this, which is partly down to the fact that I had completely forgotten all about it. Anyway, let's get another game underway. I think another reason why I'm not so keen on this compared to Hybris is that the coin-op had the display in portrait mode, as so many coin-op games were back at the time that this came out. And well, as you can quite clearly see, this version doesn't. I can't get that fucking power up, which I want, but no, I can't fucking get it. It means, yeah, I can't really do anything against the dinosaur things that keep appearing. But anyway, yeah, as I was trying to say, I've not got... yeah, this doesn't have the portrait mode. It's fucking sent me back to the beginning again. So it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like I'm playing Terra Cresta. Now even Hybris for the Amiga did have that portrait mode display, and it does help. It may seem ridiculous, but yeah, it does make a difference. The other thing is that perhaps because I was rather spoiled, I've got used to the Amiga graphics. I've finally got the power up. I'm not going to keep it for very long though, that's for sure. But I never fucking do. So well, let's carry on then with the Hybris comments. I've now used the mode switch. So bollocks. With oh fucking hell! It sent me back to the fucking start again. Anyway, yeah, if you do the mode switch, you are then able to fire over these barriers that appear in front of these things here, which stop your shots. There was, when you switch modes, you can fire over those, and then you can actually take out everything on the screen. Fuck me, I'm doing really shit here. I'm not going to be able to get that fucking power up. Told you. Managed to destroy the dinosaur. So, I mean, I'm getting better. Of course, yep, famous last words. But I am really not liking the way it sends me back to the fucking start of the level all the time. Oh, fuck off, can't be arsed. Alright, so let's get the review underway. Graphically, I think actually it's a bit... I'm not impressed with the graphics at all. I mean, alright. I know they were never going to be as good as the arcade version. I remember the arcade coin-op, the graphics were extremely crisp. And yeah, they looked great. I knew that was certainly never going to be the case on Commodore 64, but I did think they would be better than they actually are. Yeah, I thought they'd be better than they are. Audio. Again, I think I've been spoiled by Hybris because the audio in Hybris is fucking superb. In this, the music I think is not much cop. Not on the title page. The in-game music I think is absolutely shite, and I'm not keen on the sound effects. But as far as the most important aspect goes, which is of course the gameplay, it's not terrible. It's fucking difficult. Especially when, you know, this is only about my 4th or 5th go in 30 years. So yeah, I mean the difficulty level is fucking way up. And so sometimes that can really piss me off in a game when it's too fucking hard. I wouldn't say that this game is too hard. I think they've got the difficulty level about right. Although things like that piss you off. Your ship moves at such an unbelievably slow rate. And so many of the enemy ships you're attacking move so much faster than you that it does get fucking annoying. But on the occasions when you can, those fucking things are the ones that really piss me off, because there does seem to be some iffy collision detection, and it's looked on at least a couple of occasions like I have actually hit them, but my shots have gone straight through them. Let's see what happens this time. So I actually fucking took them out now. I know I really need to take these fuckers out before I, you know, bugger off anywhere else, but oh well, I'm here now. The other thing is, I do tend to focus more on the ground-based targets than the airborne targets, which is not necessarily a good idea. It looks like this power-up isn't doing fuck all. So yeah, that was a lot of fucking use. So, well, that one wasn't able to do anything to stop those shots. The other thing is, like Hybris, when you've got those power-ups, it is supposed to be that you can take a hit and it just causes you to lose that power-up and takes you down to the next power-up below, and then once you're on the last power-up, then the next shot will destroy you. It clearly isn't the case with the Commodore 64 conversion, which is annoying. So, yeah, the gameplay, I say, it's fucking difficult, but I've played worse, but I am starting to see more and more fucking iffy collision detection. And in a shoot 'em up, there's no excuse for that. You need the collision detection to be well done. Otherwise, you could be up shit creek through no fault of your own. So let's switch modes. And yeah, let's see, the mode switching isn't doing anything. The shots are still being caught by those blocker things at the front. And yeah, it's still constantly sending me back. So do you really have to go through the entire level without losing a life? If that is the case, and it certainly looks it to me, then okay, I am going to seriously be rating this game down. It's fucking close. So, well, if it works out then that it's just because I'm shit at this game, then, yeah, and there are actual restart points throughout the level, then I'll give the game, or this conversion anyway, I'll give it 7 out of 10. If there are no restart points, hopefully someone can put me right in the comments here, then I score this game 2 out of 10. That is how much I will mark it down by, because that's a fucking stupid design idea. So, well, there you go, that is Terra Cresta then. Yeah, 7 out of 10 if it does have restart points throughout the level. 2 out of 10 if it doesn't have any, because that just makes it ludicrously hard, and in no way enjoyable. So yeah, that's quite enough of that one. As you can clearly see, I am a load of shit at this, but yeah, what else is new? So that brings this review to an end, and we'll see you at the next one.